Hi, I'm Mari, host of the Aha Moments radio show and author of the new book, The Aha Factor. I wanted to just take some time tonight to talk to you a little bit about a class that I'm very excited about. Most of you have probably already heard of it. It's the Multidimensional Manifesting Lab. And as I've been developing the curriculum for this and channeling a lot from Merlin as well as my guides, there was a few things that came up that I thought I would share with you now, just because I think it's good tools to know. And whether you're taking the class or not, it would be something that would be great for you to incorporate into your manifesting practices and see how it works. So one of the questions that I've been getting is, what is multidimensional manifesting? I mean, people have kind of heard the word manifesting through the years. We have The Secret and many other modalities that are using the word. And it's really just about bringing things from our energetic imagination into physical form. It's a form of alchemy, modern day alchemy now. And so multidimensional manifesting, though, is when you consciously are taking your greater infinite self into account. So you're really switching your orientation from your physical self, where you're just focusing on your logic and your reasoning and your physical action, like doing vision boards or, going into some sort of imagining session. You're really taking the physicality, you're kind of putting it on one side, and then you're focusing, reorienting yourself to your infinite nature, to your infinite aspects, which is the energetic aspect of yourself. So instead of seeing yourself as like a body with a soul within it, you want to see yourself as a big ball of infinite energy that happens to have a vessel of a body where a portion of that energy has taken on, a lifetime and inhabited that body for the time being. So in order for that body, which is you in your physical form, to experience life in a much greater way, you have access to an infinite number of possibilities, an infinite number of options. And so a lot of times what happens, though, is we get very caught up in the mental aspects and the action plans, and do I do affirmations, and how many visioning sessions do I do in a day, and what are the formula, and what's the steps, and we get very mental about it and logical. And then what's even worse is we start to keep score. We start to watch our environment like a hawk. We start to look for signs. We start to look for, proof. And we get caught up in how much proof we're getting and how long is it going to take and how is it going to happen, how, and what and when. That how and that when. When I do readings with people, that's all I hear is how is it going to happen and when is it going to happen. And they want specific guarantees that it's going to happen exactly at that moment, at the moment they want, and it's going to happen in the way that their mental mind wants it to happen. And you know what? Manifesting kind of doesn't work that way. Most of the time it comes together in a way that you can't imagine, that you can't, orchestrate, let's say. Now, you can imagine the end result and how you want to feel through that. But as far as imagining the process step by step, you get yourself into some trouble there. So the multidimensional aspect is where we consciously and deliberately switch our orientation to focusing from our infinite self. And that means that we consider ourselves to be more expanded. We open ourselves up to what our mental minds would call the unknown, but what our infinite minds know is our greater consciousness. And we start to ask for and give permission to that infinite energy to provide us with what we need. So yes, does it take some faith? Yes, but less than you might think when you're orienting yourself from that infinite space. So tonight, just real quick, I wanted to give you a tool to put into practice right now. Like as soon as you stop watching this video, I want you to just take 3 to 5 minutes, and it's that simple. It doesn't have to be a long 20-minute, 40-minute, hour-long sitting session. You can do it in 3 to 5 minutes. Now, by all means, if you want to take 20 minutes, you really get into the energy, knock yourself out. That's great. That's even better. But really, it only takes 3 to 5 minutes. And what you want to do is just close your eyes, take a nice deep breath. You want to envision your body just as a column of light. And what I like to do is just envision a sort of a cyclone of energy going around clockwise. Okay, so it's almost like you become your own little funnel. Okay, and as you do that, all you want to do is infuse infuse the energy that you're projecting. So we're working from the inside out. Instead of looking for all this outside stuff, how do we get this stuff to come to us? How do we magnetize this to us and all that? What we're looking for is we're projecting from the inside out. This is the multidimensional aspect, okay? We're projecting from the inside out and giving infinity, our infinite nature, permission to create what we're projecting we desire, okay? So it's a shift. And this is really important, and we're going to work a lot on this in class, and some really phenomenal, exercises and all that kind of stuff. But this is the start. So as you do that column of light with that funnel, this is the vision. You just that funnel of energy, just sparkly. I always see these like sparkling, kind of swirling energy. What you want to do is say, I allow infinite worthiness to pour into me. You can say infinite wisdom. You can say infinite healing. You can say infinite abundance. You can say infinite prosperity. You can say infinite cash flow. You can say infinite romance. Okay? You can say infinite relationships. But the most important thing is that you're putting the word infinite in front of it. So that what you're doing is you're giving your mental mind notice that you are now switching into, turning your knob to your multidimensional aspect of you, and you're giving it permission to take over the steering wheel, okay? And when you do that, you just take a couple more deep breaths, and you just sit quietly and allow. And when I say allow, you can even ask for infinite awareness, which is a wonderful one, or infinite possibility, okay? Because that really gives free reign to that infinite aspect of you. And let me tell you, then what I like to do is just expand my energy all the way out to the walls of the room, and then past the walls of the room, and you can do it as large as the planet Earth, into the galaxies, however whatever works for you. If it starts to feel tight or like you have to try too hard, then you just stay where it still feels at peace, where you're feeling a sense of resonant energy and alignment with that infinite energy. Okay, what's going to happen is most of the time, if you get into this zone of your infinite nature, you're going to lose track of time. That 3 minutes might turn into 20 minutes, and it'll feel like 3 minutes, because there is no time in infinity. So it's not a matter of the timing, the linear timing. We're going to talk a lot about that in class, and how to sort of overcome that whole linear aspect of time. And it's not about the process of how. Okay, it's allowing. Because what's going to happen is when you project this out from the inside out, what your infinite nature is going to do, it's going to customize your solution. And it's going to customize person by person, messenger by messenger, solution by solution, thing by thing, coin by coin, bill by bill, bill as in cash flow coming to you, like dollar bills, check by check, healing by healing, cell by cell. It's going to do that for you. Okay, so it's almost like you get an agent, and they're agenting you, agenting solutions for you. So you don't have to think of it all on your own. Now, once you do this, you want to just take a nice deep breath, feel into that, and then you can go ahead and do a visioning session, an imagination session, where you're using your imagination to feel through your endings and all those kinds of things, all the manifesting work that, there's a zillion different ways to manifest out there, to work with that type of energy. But if you put this at the top end of it, you start off each visioning session, whatever you're doing. Even if you're creating a vision board, or doing affirmations, or just getting ready to go to sleep, which is a great time to do this. What this is, it's like, if you ever put like a mask on your hair when you're washing your hair, and it's like a pre-conditioner, right? And then you go into the shampoo and the conditioner and all the post stuff. This is just priming the wheels. It's literally transferring your access to the biggest catalog possible. Your mental mind, okay, is always limited to what it's experienced in the past, or what it's seen in some capacity. So you have to be, if you haven't been exposed to it, your mental mind probably is not going to configure it. When you start to come up with ideas that you've never seen before, that's because your infinite energy has stepped in. So why not give it an invitation to start off in the first place? What you're going to have is a much easier time. You're going to have efficiency because it's going to go much faster, because you're going to give yourself access to a plethora of options and opportunities. Okay, and that infinite nature, which is the true you, which is the greater part of you, absolutely wants efficiency, absolutely wants you to have your desires, because guess what? Whatever you're desiring is desiring you. Whatever inspiration you have, whatever material thing you're looking for, whatever relationship, whatever it is that you're looking for, your infinite nature has impregnated your mental mind with that idea in the first place. So you don't have to convince it. Like we've learned in a lot of formal religions, we have to convince God to give us our thing. We like pray and we petition and then we hope and we wait and we try to be good so that, and we treat this energy, whether, the God of your understanding, we treat it like a parent. And like the parent is going to put us on punishment, or the parent is going to grant us a reward. And, and it gets very, very confusing. But when it comes to manifesting, this is going to give you such an opportunity to really be the artist of your world. Okay, so I'm going to end here, but I just wanted to let you know about that tool as I've been channeling and writing and creating this class. I mean, so excited. You've heard me say this over and over again. And so I hope that you'll join me in class. You can just go to the email where you clicked on the link to this video to register for our class. We have a few more spots left, and I'm looking forward to sharing so much more. So much more. It gets really, really good. Okay, see you soon, and I hope that you'll join us in class. Take care. Have a great night. Happy manifesting.